Holy shit. I took a picture of that thing on your wall and sent it to Gabe, and I was like, would you believe this is an Uncle A's? He was like, I believe it.
Have you heard it?
Yeah, he pulled it from me. I'm like, this thing is, it's like on the border of racism and not racist.
Oh, it's absolutely racist. That's why I love it.
What's the cause of ruckus with the community?
I got beat up by a special ed.
Hold on, bitch. Hey, tell me if this counts as bullying.
Even like in a silly goose time.
I'm pretty cool, I think. He calls me Zaddy.
Welcome to the Bad Neighbor Podcast.
The low end coming out on that.
On what?
Does it have an EQ? I mean, I like it. I kind of sound like Howard Stern.
Okay. Glad you got your priorities straight. I thought you'd feel a little more comfortable because those are the headphones you use when you play GTA.
Nope. I use the other ones.
I'm wearing them.
I played. Yeah, exactly. Those were my GTA ones, and these are my Red Dead Redemption.
Why do you have two different headphones?
Why is there a difference between them?
It just depends on what's in the living room. I don't go searching for them. They come to me.
These are certain ones. He's all, you know what? I'm going to put my cowboy hat on with these ones.
This one's got a greater, like, McDonald's microphone on it. You know what I'm saying? Please drive through.
This one has more of like a, you don't even know it's there.
I know. It's kind of the back.
Yeah,
it's hard to know when it's clicked off, too, when you're burping and talking shit. You don't want it to be.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure it's off.
Yeah, that's also true. Hey, I thought...
You're running a little hot, Nathaniel.
I thought when Marcos came out here, he would start flaming us for like...
You're going the other way. There you go.
Actually,
right
turn me up so I don't have to be right on it.
Okay.
Because you're right on it. Me and you are on it. He's going to be off of it. Because he's a professional.
Go ahead.
That's right. Goddamn professional. I like that.
Okay, so I thought when Marcos came in here, he was going to be like, God, you're so spoiled. Look at this house, Nathaniel, blah, blah, blah.
He's like, oh, you guys don't have any yard. That's nice.
No, I walked in here and I was like, these guys got money because they have a trampoline.
Which has a hole in it, from what I understand.
Does it really?
I think Amelia just finally put a hole in it.
Oh,
she is an animal for that trampoline, though. We've had it since we've had the house, or actually since our house up on the hill.
Yeah, we've had it for a few years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Jesus
And
Christ.
she finally just put a hole in it. She's a very active trampoliner. A trampist. I don't know what you call it.
She's a tramp.
There is a word for him, yeah.
So what do you think of Shea Webb?
Shea Webb? What the fuck is that?
Our house.
Oh, why did you call it Shea Webb?
Isn't that what you call houses? Shea something in France?
I thought you were trying to say
I'm not
Webb.
traveled. I apologize. I tried to use a word that I wasn't qualified to
Neither
use.
am I, dude. Look, I live in the fucking desert.
Oh, is that Ranch Webb?
Yeah, that's
I just
better.
figured the
Or Webb
second
Ranch.
I figured the second he got here, he'd be like, "Wow, you live in like a gated community." I'm like, "It's not really." I was
Dude,
ready.
it's rad. What are you talking about?
I was ready to go.
The community is rad. The house sucks, but
I was.
like I said, we live in the most white trash house in this gated community.
There's a lot of things white trash about this place.
Yeah, because I walk in and I'm like, I'm going to have to tell him, like, hey, man, it's not really a gated community. It's like a valley, you know?
It's
And
the
I'm like,
second largest gated community in the U.S. That is a fact. That was not some bullshit I was giving you. The first largest is in Connecticut. This is the second largest.
That's where I was curious. Like, where's the first one at?
Yeah.
So Connecticut.
so it's Connecticut. I was just.
We have antelope. Oh, not antelope. I'm sorry. This isn't a safari. We have deer and elk and bear. I mean, we live in the shit right here.
Oh fuck!
I feel like a settler every time I come home from work.
What I was trying to say is I was ready to back me up and being like, no, I'm not that rich because of this and
You're
that.
definitely not rich.
And then, but the
First of all,
second
that would require me being rich.
but the second we went to that lake and we started filming a podcast at the lake,
Oh,
he goes,
it showed.
"Your house is so white trash." And I'm like going to the specifics, Marcos, and he goes, "Why do you have 2 garages?"
Okay, well that wasn't the plan. So when we first moved here, it wasn't
the plan.
It wasn't the plan. That was supposed to be the only garage.
That's a
and we
pretty
were
white trash answer.
Yeah, that wasn't the plan. But look,
It was supposed to be another house. We just turned it into a storage garage.
Well, yeah.
the thing that made it even more white trash was one of the garages don't even have a fucking door on it.
Well, it's kind of a carport technically.
Yeah, that's what I was
in
telling
the
Nathaniel.
dictionary.
That's one step above having.
But we wanted
a
to be able
legit
to
carport.
drive a car through the first garage to get to the second garage. The second garage, or the original garage, was supposed to be a master bedroom suite, but we ran out of money. So now it's just the jam room.
Oh my god! Oh man, this is my
But listen, if you looked at this house before we had the second garage, it looked like a double wide mobile home. Because the way it sits on this property, it's long wise and stuff, and it had no separation, and people can see right in from the street. So that house, that's a fancy gate we got out there. Just respect the gate at least. Fuck.
Gate's nice. Hey, the gate. I was like, oh, this dude lives in a legit place. And I looked, I was like, this motherfucker ain't got no door on the garage.
This motherfucker's talking shit. He lives in Delpine Terrace Apartments.
Hey, I live on my own at least. It takes 2 codes.
I lived there when I was poor.
It takes 2 codes to get to this fucking place at least.
And we don't lock shit around here. I'm not looking for an invite for people to come visit.
Dude,
But
I fucking.
the only thing that's getting in your cars are bears. If you got McDonald's fries in your front seat, you're gonna be thrashed by this. They know how to flip around your
They
car.
know
and
to
everything.
open the door properly. They don't even fuck it up.
Bears can get into anything up here.
Yes,
Dude.
especially up on the mountain. It's very common for people's cars to get broken in by bears.
My favorite thing was we went to the gas station and I was like, I didn't even lock the car. I left it running and I just went in. I was like, I'm gonna be fine.
Dude.
My favorite thing though was when I was in the gas station, I saw this hat that was in there. It said "Make Bear Valley Great Again"
in a red and
Dude,
with white font.
I'm hoping this podcast ends and that thing's still open.
Eddie is kind of a conservative.
Eddie's the guy who runs the gas
He's
station.
Armenian. That explains
really?
the chains and everything and the George Michael beard. But
Nathaniel said the girl working there was pretty hot. I would
and
disagree.
that's his girlfriend. I don't think they're married or anything. But
So
and Eddie is older than I am.
and his girlfriend is as old as I am.
Are you serious? Oh, he definitely bought her.
You saw the pictures of the Ferraris and Porsches and all that stuff in there?
No.
The guy's a
Right next to the
baller.
line,
He's a
there's
baller.
he's got so much money. I was like, how do you get
He's a super sweet guy.
the nicest guy ever?
And he's all about Bear Valley. Like, this is his hood. Like, he will ride or die for anybody that walks into that store. Even if you're buying Metamucil, he was like, ride or die for you, man. You support me, I support you.
Yeah.
Love it.
You know?
He's a right hand man, but he's got like Porsches and nice cars all over it. And I'm like, Eddie, why are you like? Is it because you kind of charge $5 for a Gatorade? How are you getting so much money? He goes, I have 6 more gas stations, and I go, oh,
Yeah, his family is.
that makes sense.
Does he own the one in Stallion Springs too?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because they look very similar.
I think he's got a few that are out of state or something like that.
Oh,
There's a few mafias that run in Tehachapi, I think. Because there's the Korean one that owns they own like all the hotels
Yeah.
here. I'm sorry. They're not mafias for reals, but there are families that kind of, and then there's ones that own all the liquor stores, and then there's the guys, the Muslim gentlemen that own that whole corner over by the Albertsons that own all the sub shop and the ice cream shop.
dude,
and
that sub shop's so good.
yeah, they keep it all in the family here. It's pretty
So this is because for the people who don't know, my dad lived in the same area Marcos lives in now. When
Wait,
you were
did you
Marcos's
really?
age.
His mother lost her virginity to me in one of those apartments.
Are you hold on, you really lived in Delpine
in 3
Terrace?
of those apartments. My
What
very
what
first
fucking apartment number?
I can't remember. Dude.
God damn. Dude,
So I went to
was the
West
same
High, and
Okay.
then I was 18 when I was a senior in high school. So I got my own studio apartment
Down the
at
street.
Delpine Terrace Apartments. I had a studio. I had no furniture. I had inner tubes from riding down the Kern in inner tubes, and then I had a 3-man tent for my bedroom. And all my silverware and my plates said Denny's on them because I would steal silverware and plates from Denny's. I was a high school kid in my own apartment.
Anthony Howdig's like, where are all the plates?
He's like, dude, I want those. This memorabilia.
And then I got an apartment. Then I think that got me through my senior year. And then I got an apartment with a guy from BC and Cal State. Actually, no, before I graduated from high school. And then I shared an apartment with my best friend. And that's when your mom moved down and stuff.
What age were you then?
Well,
Because he's 24. It'd be kind
24.
of ironic if, you were both
I was actually younger, I think.
younger.
Yeah, Bree was already born because Bree was born when I was 19.
Uh-huh.
And so I was probably, pretty close, I guess. I was like 22, 23 when I finally moved out of there.
And nowadays, I don't know if it was like that when you lived there, but there were a
The
lot
rent
of
was $425 for a 2-bedroom.
The rent was $425 for a 2-bedroom.
We're talking about like 94.
Dude, it's definitely up. It's $11.60
It's
now.
more than double.
And I almost got kicked out of that apartment so many times having parties and naked pool parties.
Dude, that's how Bad Neighbor started. I threw it in my apartment building. I threw it in my 2-bedroom.
There were some cool people that lived in there.
I'll be in Candy in his apartment and just looking out the window, and you'll see someone like do this like on the street. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of interesting people walking down the street.
Down the street.
It's a shaky street for sure. Was it the same when you lived there?
No.
It used to be nicer.
Yeah, it was a lot nicer.
Was the Howard's Mini Mart still there?
Yeah. That's where I ate.
Was the restaurant in there still? The Mexican restaurant?
No, there was no restaurant in it. no.
Damn, dude. The restaurant there's nice. It's
Yeah.
good. It's really good.
But yeah, because I worked at Baskin Robbins and Woody's Bar and Grill. I think that probably closed down before you guys were.
Woody's, the fuck is that?
Yeah, that was off of Mohawk and Truxton.
Sounds white trash.
Back
to
when
me.
there was actual Mohawks on Mohawk. Dude, that's crazy. I didn't know you lived in those apartments.
Yeah,
That's
man.
nuts.
Yeah.
You could probably go
So
back.
did his mom. Like I said, she moved in with me. When she first moved in with me when I was living in those apartments.
You should come to my apartment. It's probably gonna be the same carpet.
It's gonna bring back some nostalgia. I might pull my dick out.
your dad's just all butt chugging in my room. He's all, I used to do it here.
Did some crazy shit. Fucking place, that's for sure.
Nah, dude, I love living there. I love it.
How do you throw a party in like a studio apartment?
You
That's
don't
insane to
give a
me.
Oh, I
fuck.
did. No.
You
Yeah,
don't
especially when you're in
give a
high
fuck.
school. You're used to hanging out in people's rooms all the time, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So when I had my first apartment, I was obviously the only senior with my own apartment, and that was the hang. And yeah, that was one of the first times I almost got kicked out because there'd just be 20 people packed in that little apartment.
If you go to Marcus's house, he goes, "Don't call me room. Stop."
I'm very nitpicky about who's in my fucking place.
Theo, you guys have been here for too long.
I get pissed. My place is not a hangout, motherfucker. I sleep here.
We usually film every podcast there, and he's like, "Can we film it somewhere else?"
Well, listen,
I
it gets
know.
old for sure.
Thank you.
It gets fucking
Thank
real old
you.
because you just want your own space and you don't want people fucking up your space.
It's
Because not everybody
cool.
that's coming through the door is going to respect your rules and all that
not
shit.
at all. They don't give a fuck.
I had roommates for so long. Actually, even when I bought my first house when I was 27, my best friend was living with me. And this is a guy that I grew up with. I've known since 6th grade. And I wanted to fucking strangle that kid by the end of it. It was just so nice when my wife and I finally got our own place.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have to share it with roommates and all that other
Yeah.
shit.
Even then, you want to strangle your wife.
Still,
I'm kind of stuck with it now. And I think she's got reach on me.
She's got 78 reach, dude. I can't fuck her up.
Hold on. I need another beer.
That's phenomenal, dude.
I'm realizing that my dad was so much cooler at your age.
Oh, I know. He's,
I like.
but now he has a fucking a knee brace on before bed.
He wears a knee brace.
He has a knee brace on. He had to go get another beer. I think he's about to. He had to take his Tylenol before.
That's to cover varicose veins.
It's not even a brace.
My knees are fine. No, I'm just kidding. They're going bad.
Fuck. Oh my, that was so cool, dude. He can't even walk right no more. That's how hard he went.
Dude, I'm just thinking like my dad probably spent over $1,000 worth of alcohol when he lived in those apartments, and you spent probably twice as much on Hungry Howie's.
His price on alcohol and my price on Denny's is the same.
Well, I used to be able to smoke in Denny's. That was the allure of Denny's, and that's
Oh
why
You
my
can
we go
smoke
there.
God.
cigarettes in there?
Yeah,
That
they
is
still
so
had a smoking
cool.
section, so we go smoke a pack of cigarettes and order coffee all night, and I'd steal their silverware, and that's just where we hung out.
Was Denny's 24/7?
Yes, so we go there
that
after
is so
parties at
fucking
like
cool.
1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
That'd be a hit if you could just open up a restaurant where you can vape blue raz in it. Hit your vape while you're eating dinner.
Why do people still get kind of weird about vaping indoors?
No idea.
What's the harm?
Because it's the smoke.
But it's a
still.
vape smoke, and unless
Yeah,
you're
it's nothing real.
mouth to mouth on the person, it's not affecting you.
Yeah. Hey, me and Marcos, we took a trip to Golden Corral the other day.
How is that? I still have not been, and I'm kind of jealous too, because I was trying to go to one in. Oh shit! This had a volume ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I can hear myself. I tried to go to the one in Arizona when I went to go visit Uncle Jason, and it was packed.
Really?
Oh goddamn! It was so packed. So many lifted trucks in the parking lot, and everything. And then I was my last gig in Bakersfield, or when we played Tembler. I was driving by and I just noticed we have a Golden Corral now. I didn't even know that. How long has that Golden Corral been there?
A while.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it
I
used to be the
remember
Roadhouse or something like that.
We were talking to people that said, like, yeah, we remember when it opened. When it first opened, it was great. That's what the employees were telling us. They were like, when it first opened, it was fantastic. It was awesome. And I think that was about 5 years ago. But me and Marcos went in there because neither of us knew what Golden Corral was like. I've never gone to a buffet in my life. And, you know, hasn't gone to Golden Corral since he was 4.
Deprive you of that, child.
That's all right, man.
Oh, wait. Yes, you have.
Celeste party.
You've never been to like a good brunch?
No, that was teppanyaki, or what do they call that?
Oh, teppanyaki, where they cook in front of you?
Yeah.
I just don't
No, it's not
remember
called
going to a
teppanyaki. What's it
buffet.
called?
Korean barbecue?
No.
Your
We've been
dad's
to Korean
just-
barbecue.
Your dad's
Remember on
just
the basketball trip.
your dad's just throwing Asian food out there.
No.
Like, he was like the
Hibachi.
fucking Chinese
Isn't it called hibachi or
Chinese
something?
buffet.
No, but the Chinese buffet we've been to a couple times.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've been to that?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think
There's
so.
a couple Chinese
Because I've been
buffets in
to,
Bakersfield.
I've lived here for a while, but I think I've only been maybe 4 times, but I thought we went as a family once.
Well, I don't remember, but we went in the
Okay.
Golden Corral,
It was
and
that memorable.
it was.
My childhood was nothing but buffets, if you can't tell.
Did your family eat through their problems? Is that what you're trying to say?
dude. Here's
We just scream them out.
so I had a nephew pass away recently.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is better. I realized.
Yeah, make this story awesome.
The world's a better place now.
I like how you brought it up because fucking when he passed away, we're all at the house at the day of. We're sitting there, and literally I look at my niece. I'm like, "You want to go get McDonald's?" Because everybody was just so sad. So I was like, "Let's just go get McDonald's, dude. We'll feel better." So yeah, we eat our problems.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that will cheer up his sister every time.
Yeah, big time.
She is so addicted to that McDonald's.
I walked in, Dad. I was like, popcorn. And she pulled out a bag of popcorn. She ate it. I had like 2 of them. And then she goes, "Are you going to make something?" And I go, "No." And she goes, "Okay." She pulls out another bag of popcorn and cooks it.
Phenomenal.
My little sister had 3 bags
My
of
kids have
popcorn.
metabolisms, but those will crap out eventually. So you guys got to be careful.
I can't wait for Nathaniel's to shit out.
You know what's funny? I kind of thought about this the other day. I may have been smoking a clove cigarette, but we are so capable of being so skinny and so rich, but it's the discipline that fucks with us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a country that we're very lucky to have a free education. We don't have to hike through the snow uphill both ways and all this stuff. We have public transportation and
Yeah.
stuff. We can get to a school. We can.
I have an EBT card.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all. You're on welfare. That's what that is. I have a friend. I'll make him. I'm going to sidetrack real for a second. I have a friend that's on welfare, but he didn't know he was on welfare. He just thought he was getting free food from the government, and that's not welfare. I'm like, no, that's welfare. If you're getting government assistance, that's what the welfare program is for people that don't make enough and need to feed themselves or their children or whatever. So he kind of had a card like yours for food and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he was talking about buying or leasing a Lexus. He's like, it's only like $425 a month if you lease it and blah, blah. You know, one of their lower end Lexus. I'm like, you're on welfare, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? No, I mean, my friend's got one. And I'm like, dude, you barely have money to feed you half the time.
You eat dinner on a paper towel.
I buy you more dinners than you buy yourself. And you're talking about getting a Lexus. Okay, well, maybe I'll think about it. I'm like, country is great where people on welfare can buy Lexuses, Lexi, or whatever. Fucking multiple.
It was
Lexuses.
really a Honda. He just couldn't read.
I'm just saying we have opportunities here where we can get the education. It's all about our discipline, right? When it comes down to it.
Yeah.
I'm a fat guy because my discipline sucks.
Yeah.
Like I know how to be skinny. Less calories, more exercise. It's a real easy
Pretty easy equation, yeah.
equation, but then I just don't have the discipline to slap the fucking wiener schnitzel out of my face every day. And that's what's holding me back. And it's the same thing about being rich. Like there are professions out there that you can go to school for, and most of that education is going to be free. And if you do it well, you can get actually grants or whatever to go to medical school or whatever. You can be a very wealthy person. It's all about discipline. So where's yours?
Okay.
I know you fucking quit basketball the fucking first year in.
Dad, I hear you. I want to be a comic.
Hold on, what was that?
I wish he would have said he was gay. I would have been more acceptant of that.
Hold on, real quick question: is there ever a moment in Nathaniel's life where you looked at him and was like, "Are you?" When you wanted to ask him, I was like, "Son, are you gay?" That's the only question I wanted to ask. That's the only question I wanted to ask your dad.
This kid's been a raging bull his whole life, right? But no, he's shown discipline though. Like when he was in basketball, he had discipline that I didn't have at his age. Like him at 18 years old was far more advanced than I was at 18. I was just thinking with my dick everywhere I went, and I didn't really have much eye on the prize as far as the future or where the life would lead me, or I had no expectations for myself. And to see him with actual drive and actually have a vision for what his future looks like and stuff, I mean, I could be prouder as a father. I can care less if he's...
Well, this is getting romantic, but you didn't answer his question.
What was his question?
Is there a moment in Nathaniel's life
When I thought he was gay?
where you thought he was gay? Honestly, I was
Yes.
like, I think he's gay.
I'm curious.
What do you mean you're curious?
Hold on,
I've told you you're a queer to your face. He sleeps when he has people. Are you spending the night tonight, by the way? Because he'll be nuts to butts in his fucking bed.
That's why I won't
Every time
sleep
he has
here.
one of his bros come over and spend the night, they're all cuddled up in the bed together. And I wasn't going to judge him on it. I was just like, well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, nobody's standing up and saying like, no, bro, I don't want to sleep in the same bed with you. That's a fucking race car bed. There's not enough room for both of us. So yeah, I mean, I did. It's not that it was a worry of mine, but it was definitely something I considered.
What was what was going through your how would you have processed it if Nathaniel was like, hey, like I think I'm gay?
I can love a gay son. I don't care. I have a gay sister who is a rock star. Dude.
Right,
That
right.
kid, she is my favorite person on this planet. She, her and her twin sister Gina, I mean, they're both kind of responsible for raising me when I was younger and stuff. And of course, my other sisters had their play. But so and plus I lived in San Francisco when I was a teenager, and oh, I thought you were. But so
show him that can. This isn't good for the conversation.
Oh yeah.
What does it say? Love is what?
It's a pride flag.
Love is love.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I have zero problems if any of my children end up being.
No.
But he told me he knows everything there is to a vagina through his lesbian sister.
Absolutely.
It was like
She
she was
taught
like
me.
a GTA cheat code. He just went to her
yes.
and he told her everything.
Oh,
She told her
absolutely.
everything.
That
Apparently
whole
that-
like up, down, left, right, fucking left click, right click. It's kind of the coin purse with the tongue action on top of the massaging.
Didn't you say you tried it and then the girl's like, stop?
Yeah, did I tell you
Your
about
mom
that?
gave me a compliment last night.
I need to get some water.
It really did make my dick feel bigger than what it was. Hey, when you got certain skills in life, why not flaunt them? I'm sorry, ladies, but
Hey, the water near
I
the
am
sink.
the-
The water on the sink.
not that water.
Not that water.
Not that water. Pour that shit out.
The water next to the sink.
I am the oral doctor. Trust me.
Thank you. Yeah, did I tell you about that? That I tried that method? think
But
it was-
Did you have your nails trimmed and everything?
Yeah, I got it too aggressive though. I
Yeah, you
think.
can't get too aggressive.
You got to be gentle.
I've told you that too, though. I've given you advice on that.
But I thought I was gentle, but then I got to remember I get these big, I got like Giannis Antetokounmpo hands. I got to be kind of careful going in there.
So I've told you how to work your tongue, right? What did I tell you?
You didn't tell me. You
I
showed
absolutely
me.
did. It's like licking an ice cream. You want to lick it just as aggressive, right? You don't want to go too hard in the paint. You're going to get ice cream all over, right? You want to lick an ice cream. You want to get all the flavor on your tongue.
Hold on.
You really want to.
I think I learned how to eat pussy from just being fat. In all honesty.
When you're sucking jelly out of a donut. But
It's like eating yogurt without a spoon
but
because
the
you're too
fingers
lazy.
have to be just as delicate. You can't get all fucking.
Because I remember there was, you go top shelf, and then you go,
Right.
change the oil down here.
Yeah, coin purse.
Yeah, and then the problem is I switch, and then I can't even remember who it was.
Did
but
you switch
you-
inside her?
Did you? Yeah, you didn't pull out and switch.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, geez.
I think that's where you fucked up. I think you twisted her tubes. I think you put her piss hole at the bottom.
She's gonna be peeing out of her ass now.
I know. She's never going to have kids now because of you.
It's pooping right next to her belly button. She was like,
Her kid's
"Fuck,
going to come out the
dude.
wrong hole, dude.
Have me up."
Hey, let's clean it up, gentlemen. All right.
far the best podcast so far. I've had so much fun already on this.
I kid you not. She went, stop. I went, okay.
Well, at least she's willing to tell you,
Yeah,
right? Because some
very
girls
honest
will go,
person.
and they'll never come, and they'll maybe even pretend just because they don't want to offend you and stuff. It's nice to have a woman that will let you know.
But I learned from
what
that one.
feels good.
I think
and
that
what
was about a
doesn't.
year ago that I learned.
She's not only doing herself a favor, but she's doing everybody after you.
That you gotta
a
talk.
favor.
You probably ripped something inside of her. Because you switched inside, like you moved your fingers
Like
inside.
how you said that, I looked at my dad and he went,
Yeah.
You probably
Speaking
fucked
truth.
something up. Because you don't ever rotate inside. Pull that shit out and go back in real quick.
okay. Yeah, I got you. All right, I learned a lot today.
Yeah.
It was just an educational podcast.
Oral for men and women are the same. Like you can't just do one thing. That's what a lot of people make the mistake. Like you can't just lick and that's it, or finger and that's it. It's got to be multiple. Even on a male, like you can't ignore the balls.
Yeah.
He's
Those
going to
have
teach
to
you
be
how to
gently
suck dick now.
fondled. No,
Okay.
I almost did.
I know. I was like, he's going to just teach you how to blow. He's going to teach you how to blow a
shove your
guy.
head down.
Hold on, Nathaniel. Let's go practice in your room next to your fucking race car bed.
Oh my god.
Where are you spitting at? You put a lip in, or is it one of those?
I got it.
It's a lot. What?
I got it.
It's
Dude, it's a wrap.
it's spitless. It's spitless. So it's very mild. It's very mild.
Have you ever gutted it? Have you had
Yeah.
to go a time where you just? Did you used to?
I used to fall asleep with those in my mouth all the time and wake up and they were gone. So I'm assuming that it was imprinted on the side of a fucking shit with some corn.
Your poop was wintergreen, the next flavor?
It was minty, fresh coming out.
I'm so pissed I missed out on the bachelor party, dude.
It was a good time.
Holy
That
fuck.
bachelor party was killer.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I'm learning so much that your dad's so trashy.
We partied with the
So
bears.
trashy.
You really did.
Dude, you have...
When I say bears, I mean gay guys.
Yeah, legit. You
Dude,
guys
there was a
did.
gay guy there that looked like Captain Price.
There was two of them.
Beautiful touch.
was
Beautiful
two gay
touch
guys
to a
there.
bachelor party. What else do you want than two really ripped gay guys?
What is that
Dude,
one
you ever-
gentleman's name?
You ever party with gay
Roger.
people?
Roger.
Yeah.
The guy from Scotland.
Yeah.
Amazing, man.
I'm just the coolest guy.
Just cool. They're both super cool.
super cool.
Super cool.
I kid you not.
Landon-
He talked and looked exactly like Captain Price from Call of Duty. And he was, I asked him what his profession was. And he goes, yeah, I'm at UCLA. And I'm like, oh, you're a student. And he goes, no, I study bio something engineering at UCLA. And I'm like, wow.
Super smart guy.
My dad even sat at the table at one point and he talked to his boyfriend, the other guy that was there, and he went, I get it. You got these big muscles and stuff, but how did you score Roger?
Your nephew?
No,
Yeah. No,
to his boyfriend. What's his name? It's Landon's.
It's his brother, right?
Lucas.
well,
Shoot.
yeah,
I wanna
but
s-
not.
I think it's Ryan.
biological.
Yeah,
Ryan.
Ryan,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
Ryan.
Ryan's a fucking way cool guy. But Roger, yeah, I would have saddled up.
That's so funny.
If I was gonna swing that way, I think that would be what I'd go after. He looks like he's caring.
Yeah.
He's sensitive. He's smart. He'll
Yeah.
take care of you.
What else? What
There's
else do you
nothing
need?
else.
He's handsome.
That's why women
Got this
suck.
big beard. Yeah.
I mean, the beard I'd have to get used to,
Does he-
and the anal part, of course. But
The dick's no problem, though. The dick is...
and they were talking about that.
it's a new world today. If he transitions,
I think
still have
the
his
most
number.
embarrassing moment for me, right? Because I mean, I've been married a long time. I've been in love with his mom for a long time. So I had a little bit of a trashy period, like a whoring period between relationships.
I was about to say,
Where I was
you're
put-
still trashy.
I was putting some in a different way. And I was putting up some numbers in that period, that short period of time, but I'm still like, under 20 maybe. And sexual experiences
What?
in my life. And those gay guys laughed me off so hard. They're like, that was last weekend, 20. Guys are so aggressive.
Jesus Christ. He's on 20. Fucking...
We go to these parties. There
What
may be
is
like
that,
30 guys there.
I meet 15 last night.
That's like Monday. That's like a
like-
Monday
I
night.
was like, what the fuck, Ryan? I had these kids impressed.
No, I was impressed the second he said that, and then I remembered that was a conversation we had.
Dude.
We played pool, and my dad went on like a 30-game streak, and he was screaming, dude. He was having so much fun.
That's the only thing he beat the gay guys at, or what?
Yeah.
Everything else he was just losing. He was like, we have a $2,000 mortgage. He's like, fuck. My garage doesn't have a door on it.
I was thinking about putting some beads.
Like you're walking into the porn section of the rental video.
A little lava lamp.
That's fucking great.
Homemade doghouse. You want me to tell you?
But hey, if he would have saw our first house up here, you thought,
I was
these
telling
fucking
him.
people.
I was telling him. I said we had a lot of things that we had to try to fit in places because our other house was a lot bigger, and we had to fit it
3,000
on.
square feet.
Dude, I
Beautiful home.
walked in here and I was like,
My
I don't have
biggest
to take my
regret.
shoes off.
My biggest regret was getting rid of that house, but the
Yeah,
circumstances,
it's too
which
far.
I won't get into.
Yeah, this
just
is the
gotta
house
do
you
it.
walk in and you know you don't have to take your shoes
Yeah,
off.
Most definitely.
Like they got horses or something.
Like I walked out there and I was like, I think I stepped on a couple goat heads. I was like,
Yeah.
that's the least of their
I think
worries.
there's some goats that walk through here.
Their dog eats canned human food for sure.
I saw that dog with a fucking pound of beans. Just
Let me give you a list of some of the white trash stuff in
Your
our
dog's
garage.
shitting out a McDonald's wrapper. What's going on?
dude, as soon as I hit the garage, I was like, the Marlboro fucking crate. I was like, this.
That's
place
his mother.
is so trashy.
We have like a.
We've been getting on her about her smoking.
The
for so
classiest
long.
thing about this place is the standing base, but there's a bandana tied to the end of it.
That's why I know it's mine. And if I got sweaty hands, I can wipe them. And if I'm feeling like Chachi, I'll put it around my leg.
That's how I know it's mine.
He treats his base like it's a beagle.
There's a dog collar on it and shit.
It's got my name marked in the back.
Well, I pee on it too.
It's all engraved in the back. Someone fucking hits the screen. It's like, that's mine. Don't touch it.
When you go to bluegrass jams, they get mixed up.
Dude, that's fucking funny as shit.
We have a beef jerky dehydrator in our garage.
No, I threw it away.
Oh.
I had it for the longest time.
Did it
And
make beef
Steven was
jerky?
going to take it for a while to make mushies, but then he fucking quit. I think I offered it to you at one point, didn't I?
No, you told me about it
Oh,
though.
okay.
You told
I was
because
like, you do mushrooms? We have a big dehydrator that's the size of a fucking kegerator.
well, yeah, I do mushrooms. I don't make them.
I make beer. I don't make jerky. As much as I wish I did.
That's
but-
something else too. That's very trashy. Making beer.
What are you talking about? That is high class food.
That's not high class, dude. And you have like moonshine bottles in the back.
I have made moonshine.
Dude, this
Oh boy.
holy shit. What, how,
And
what,
the combined cars value I have is like $6,000. That's 2 cars.
You know,
a
the second
motorcycle.
we walked in, he said, "You got a van? That's the bad neighbor van. We
Oh,
go on
legit.
trips, we
Oh,
tour
dude,
with that."
That van is badass.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, would you let us take that on tour if we needed it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God.
There's
I
a,
load up all my band equipment in it, and it fits everything. It's so
Perfect.
wonderful. But it's got almost 300,000 miles
That's
on
fine.
it yet.
we
Toyota. It'll make
It has
it.
no AC. The backup, the radio, and the backup camera just took a shit a couple weeks ago.
I'm fine without a radio. No AC. I
Dude,
can't do fucking no
That was
AC.
my biggest mistake is booking gigs in Bakersfield this summer, man. Because driving all the equipment down
No
to that hot
AC.
van was killer.
yeah.
So what's wrong with? Do you know what's wrong with the AC or no idea?
$1,500 will fix it, but it's worth more than the van. So
Fucking
that's the
invested,
problem,
dude.
right?
I don't give a fuck. I'll
But I already
invest
have to put 2 catalytic converters on it just to get it to pass smog. I cheated last time.
it. Your dad was stealing his own catalytic converter.
It's amazing what a Sawzall can get you in one evening.
Your dad's robbing everybody in this gated community for this catalytic.
Just give me a
converter.
ball of meth and a Sawzall. I'll take care of it.
They knew. They're like, it's fucking Uncle A again going at it.
How'd you know that? How'd you know his name was Uncle A?
Fucking Gabe and Landon.
Oh yeah. That
Holy
is what they call him.
I took a picture of that thing on your wall and sent it to Gabe, and I was like, "Would you believe this is an Uncle A's?" He was like, "I believe it."
Have you heard it?
Yeah, he pulled it from me. I'm like, "This thing is." It's like on the
So-
border of racism and not racist.
Oh, it's absolutely racist. That's why I love it.
We got like a plastic Mexican head on the wall of our house, and if you
But
pull it,
my grandfather had that in his mobile home.
Okay.
It was double wide. It was beautiful. It was in Victorville. And That's where the classy mobile homes are. And I remember as a 4-year-old or 5-year-old kid tugging on that, and it used to spit water back at you. So it spit water, then and what I love about it is, so he actually gave that away. Like after my grandfather passed away, and my grandmother tried giving it away, and we had to like track down the people in their home to like get that back so I can have it, because that's my childhood right there. And what's cool about it is that when it runs low on batteries, is the most satanic thing you've ever heard. It goes,
The fuck? It's so scary, dude.
Right now, it's like with its eyes not open anymore. It's so weird.
Here, let me see if I can. You can't see it, but maybe you can hear it. Hold on.
Yeah, take the mic with you, not the headset. This thing it's pretty racist.
Hey, Pepe, what you got to say? It's got demon eyes too, man. Look.
Oh my god.
Hey, Pippi, what do you want to say?
It's just laughing. Dude, that thing's so creepy.
Oh, man, that's terrifying. It's got a bow on it. Like
Well, the girls dressed it up, or somebody. Somebody put those fancy ribbons on it and stuff. But
Decorate the only immigrant in her house.
yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only Mexican in Bear Valley, actually. And me now, dude. I'm on a time limit.
I think
why
some
they gave me
rich
that
white people
pass.
have some chihuahuas and shit. But
Dude, this is the only place I know where they walk chihuahuas.
we have. That's the crazy part about this, because like we have to pay like a homeowner association, right? And where that money goes is just frustrating. But I don't have the patience to get into the board and the politics of it. But they built a dog park here when everybody lives on a half acre or a quarter acre.
Oh, I saw that.
Which makes no sense to me. Dog parks like in apartment buildings
You
and
guys
stuff
can
like
use
that
it.
makes sense. But they got like a whole training center for him out there too, like fucking hurdles and ladders and slides. I'm like, it's better than the kids park.
Dude, that's like, I noticed out here it's like all purebreds. I haven't seen one mutt. I think your
Well,
guys'
ours
dog
is
is
a
the
mutt.
only mutt.
Yeah.
Which
She's like
makes sense because you brew your own beer.
We brew our own dogs, too.
Yeah. It's like, I made her. My name's right there. You just graffitied your name into your dog's hip.
He got it pressed, an iron press into the dog's ass.
She's big on Scottish, Scottish human.
You borrowed your neighbor's brand.
We play this song when we come back.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Les Webb. This is Nathaniel Webb.
This feels like we just shot a fucking the worst sex tape ever from the 80s.
That's what I like about it. It's funky. It's got stains. It's cool.
Stains. And what was that like? Cause how old are you?
Staining stuff?
No, how old are you?
48.
48.
Say I stain
So what?
stuff.
So what was it like as soon as you hit 18, renting porn videos? Did you ever rent porn videos?
No.
No.
No, I found them in dumpsters like everybody else.
Legit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, I had friends that had them and would give them over and stuff. And then when
We'll give them over. What would you guys fight for?
well, no. I mean, like once you found another one, you kind of let we're pretty when we had magazines, it wasn't so like in our hand and ready to go all the time. So if like you had a magazine or if you had a tape, too many of these conversations from my youngest daughter. You kept them for a while. You hid them, you kept them for a while, and you said 18 though. I mean, when I was living on my own, I think I had 3 mags that I was pretty proud of that I had for years.
What were they?
You still have them, I bet.
Probably in that drawer. You saw all my vintage magazines.
You got like,
Next to the Ungrateful Dead flag, actually.
it's actually in the clothes dresser that's in the garage.
I have
That's how top
I have
shelf.
Hustler and Playboys, like old school shit. You
What
can
was-
look at the car ads and everything.
What was probably your most favorite magazine?
There was a Hustler magazine that had a brunette in it. That was my girlfriend for a while.
What was her name?
I mean, you ever
Very-
seen
very
inside
brunette.
somebody's asshole? That's what these pictures are showing.
Oh,
Her
wow.
whole anatomy.
Because Hustler was known for being super.
They were aggressive.
Yeah, that's
Playboy
what it
was more
was.
classy and
You're right.
kind of cross legs, not ripping her lips apart and opening the asshole to the camera.
Jesus
There was definitely
Christ.
a difference. There's definitely a reason why I bought Hustler.
You're all Hustler's more punk. I actually like it.
I still felt shame when I went in and bought porno
Hustler
mags.
reminds
It was
me of
like
the
the
girls
most
I know.
humiliating thing that this generation will never understand is
Buying
going in.
porno
And,
mags?
yeah, even at age, like if you're 21 going in, then you have a dirty magazine. You feel like filth, and then you have 4 people in line behind you. And they know what you're doing. Just like at the video stores where they had the beads.
Yeah.
Like when you went in through those beads, like
Those-
that pervert.
Those beads make the loudest noise.
Oh my god, they
too.
would cover their children's eyes. When
So don't look at them.
there was some serious shame with like buying that shit. So
fuck.
when, like I said, when you got one, you were monogamous to it. You were just that was your girls for a while. You had usually the choice of 3, and you named them all.
You had to choose your character. You only have 3 characters.
Oh yeah, because every
I
magazine.
come from the generation where we tried to tune in a boob every once in a while when they had the Playboy channels and stuff on the TVs.
Oh, okay.
Then you can go with like the vert thing in the back, and then you can kind of tune in channel 99 because it was scrambled because you didn't have the box to descramble it, but you try to descramble with your vert and your hue and all that stuff.
Fucking
And then if you saw a nipple, dude, it was all over.
it's blowing the walls out.
Oh, there's a nipple. I did it. Everybody felt like a fucking radio tower like on a big ship.
Everyone knew
Clove
you were
cigarettes.
masturbating because all they could hear was.
Oh, I'm sure my mom heard me a few times.
So like the go-to for you then was just magazines.
That's all there was. I mean, unless you got your hands on a VHS or something like that.
Or a real woman.
God forbid a real woman.
God forbid you.
But we weren't like making videos either when we had women like everybody is now. Like everybody's got to fucking film their shit, it seems.
Yeah, that is true.
I know quite a few people who have. Yeah.
I don't know. It's changing nowadays. You could buy pictures for a lot of money these days.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like the picture market's coming back.
Hell yeah, it is.
Well, that's good. I mean, I still have videotapes that your mom thinks it's birthing you,
Jesus Christ.
but it's actually, I taped over it. It's me and your mom having sex. I figured if you wanted to reminisce, you'd have to go back and see where it all started.
Does it look like you when
Hey.
you're tuning the TV? I'm like, that's my birth. Oh, skip.
No, you're
skip,
gonna
Oh,
skip.
there's a nipple.
You're going to see your dad deep dicking your mom is what you're going to see.
Your dad went to that VHS and looked at it. It was all Nathaniel's birth. This ain't important. Let's just record over it.
I just wanted to show where it all started.
Just grab one of them. Just grab any VHS.
Just grab anyone. Nathaniel's birth.
That will do.
Just know you were the end result of that horrible smutty tape.
God. Dude, I can't wait.
Finger
until-
smudges on the lens.
Like,
The
God
lens is
forbid.
fogged
You
up.
can still see the blinking red light in the corner.
God forbid. But the day they pass it, dude, you're going to have to go through all this shit. And I'm going to be here making sure you will go
I'm
watch
almost
that tape.
pissed how open my parents are because I say a lot of naughty stuff, right? And then my parents say they can be open about it. I was looking for my phone last night. In a second, I'm in the kitchen looking for my phone. It's about 11 a.m. Dad comes out of the room, gets a glass of
In
water.
my underwear because I just got through deep dicking your mom.
And he has a glass of water. He goes, gets a glass of water. I go, that's funny, right? Maybe his mouth is
What?
dried because he smoked a little weed before he went to bed.
Fuck
I was
no.
eating your mom's pussy. And then I had rent. I needed a rinse.
Hey, you
All I could taste was coins and seafood. I had to get some water.
Nope, ketchup and Funyuns every time.
your fucking dad's out here drinking the water. You just hear the fucking room. You just hear.
I didn't even think anything of it when my dad came out and get a glass of water until I went, I'm going to go search the garage for my phone. Go into the garage. Mom's coming out at the same time. And I'm like, well, thought both of my
In her
parents.
robe, looking tired.
To smoke a cigarette. Oh my God, the post-sex cigarette.
And
You
then
don't
I
know
go,
nothing about that, boy.
Mom's not in it all the way. She's tired. She's had a few drinks. And
Because I do some shit.
And I go, And I go, oh, God, I'm looking everywhere. And she goes, what? We just had sex. And I'm like, Mom, I'm looking for my phone.
She didn't know if you heard her. She told me she told you that. And he's like, I got no response. He didn't hear me. I'm like, why would you say that to him? We've already scarred him so much. I'm like, do you want him puking for the rest of the night?
But with them, it's protect those fucking
Oh,
angels.
he didn't hear me.
I told her. She's like, wait, did you even hear what I said? And I go, no. I go
Good
back
play.
inside.
Good play.
I figured she would have walked back inside. She'd be like, I told him. She would have freaked out. I didn't want that to happen. You know, I want you guys to sleep peacefully.
Oh, we do anyway.
So I made the...
I made sure of it.
Get the best sleep of your life. You empty your balls right before you go to bed.
Oh, boy.
Dude, that's so good.
When did you move out of your parents' house?
Me?
Yeah.
23.
5 more years, Dad.
23.
Awesome.
I've never heard. I've
never caught him?
leaving. Have I out of the room?
Yeah.
Never. I've heard them through the walls, but I've never hearing through the walls.
Have you
is
ever
kinda
walked in
bad.
on us?
No.
No?
You ever seen your dad's dick?
Have you?
Well,
That's to put you on the
I
spot.
took a shower with my dad once. Is that creepy?
What?
Yeah, I remember seeing his dick.
do you think that's creepy?
Wait, how old were you?
Because
Like
I was
15?
3.
I was like, had it been 8.
I was 3 and you took a shower with
It's
me.
all freshman year of high school. They showed me how to shower with other
I think
men.
we were trying to conserve water or something. That was back in the like powdered milk days. We were drinking, or we'd have just water in our cereal.
We'll get some water from the well. We'll put it in the bucket with holes in the bottom and we'll shower in it together.
Sorry, son, we don't have enough water for conditioner. I'll just have to pee on you.
He's like, oh shit, there's still soap in your hair? Just piss. You showered with your dad when you were 8?
I know. It's a weird memory.
We
I don't know if it's real, but it feels real.
Did you ever shower with this fucking guy?
No, we have never. Actually, my wife
Yes,
used
we
to
have.
put them in the tub with us all, or try to put them in the tub with me all the time when I come home for work.
I remember.
Wash her. Make sure you wash her hair. I'm like, get these kids out of my tub.
Yo, my dick is out. What are we doing?
I mean, the girls are babies, but it was just like, fucking no. I don't.
They're doing that.
No.
I don't believe they're doing it now. Here, take her. She needs to shower.
But again, she's a very frugal woman. And
I
she's
know,
like,
she
you got
puts-
this tub of water. Use it. Wash your children.
I know you
get 'em
just
clean.
showed me she puts fucking cigarette packets as insulin in her installation.
And I've been farting in that water for at least 20 minutes before.
It smells like a fucking nuclear plant in there.
Yeah, you like my wife's
Oh
cigarette
my God,
packets?
dude. She doesn't throw them out. She just keeps them
My
there.
mom smokes so much, and on the inside of our wall we have a all the way from the floor all the way to above my head, and I'm 6'7". There's cigarettes stacked. in
It's
the
past
wood
the second
insulation of my
stud for
house.
sure.
I had to remove the drywall there because I was making that other garage and I needed to pipe power to it. And then I've just been too lazy to re-drywall it up. So she's been putting cigarette packs. Every time she finishes a pack of cigarettes, she stacks them within the...
So she puts a pack in there each day.
Basically, man. Do you know how many packs of cigarettes your grandfather used to smoke at like his worst?
No idea.
5.
5 a day.
I called him a liar because I
5
asked him.
cigarettes a day. That's not bad.
No, that's really bad. He
5
said
packs.
that because I remember sitting next to him when I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
watching MASH on TV, and he'd be smoking indoors, and he'd just be lighting cigarettes with cigarettes while I'm just sitting right next to him. Right now, it's like crazy for somebody smoking a car with a kid, but back then, my dad was just chain smoking right there.
Uh-huh.
So I asked him when I was doing his interviews before he passed away and stuff, and I've always known him as a smoker, and I've always known him as a heavy smoker. I was like, well, how bad did it get? Because he was a truck driver. So that's all he did was smoke and drive truck. And he was hauling petrol, by the way.
Oh my God. He's flicking them out the window.
I have no doubt he probably had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth when he's bumping into the gas station. But he said he got bad as 5 packs a day, but it only lasted like 6 months because it got to the point where he couldn't even sleep because he'd be like wheezing and couldn't get like full breaths of air because he had so much tar in his lungs. And he said that when I was doing 5 packs a day, I'd wake up with like 4 or 5 extra butts in my ashtray because he had an ashtray right by his bed, right?
Uh-huh.
So he would be smoking in his sleep, and he wouldn't even know he'd be smoking. He just noticed the extra cigarettes, and he had burn holes in his sheets and shit from smoking when he was asleep.
People die in fucking house fires.
That's all. But the motherfucker lived to be like 76, 77.
Fuck.
I don't even know
Did he smoke?
how old he was.
Did he smoke all the way to the end?
Yes.
God damn, that's
Yeah,
a motherfucker who don't
But
quit.
he died of, I think it's called CPOD or COPD. No.
COPD.
Yeah. And so he got diagnosed with that early, and he's called me up and told me like twice before, he got real sick, like, I'm going to die. You better come over and visit me, blah, blah, blah. And but then they'd find this new medication that would fix him up, and then he'd be smoking at the bar again. Because him and my stepmom she was a bartender for her career most of her life. And so they just hung out at bars. That's where their friend group was and stuff. And he just drank daily, smoked daily.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Lived to almost be 80, which...
Be like your grandfather. Don't fucking quit next time. Jesus Christ, quit basketball after one season.
But I felt the difference because I got up to like 2 packs a day, and it was crazy. It was maddening.
What were you smoking? Marble Lights?
Marble Lights.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
But I'm actually the one that turned her on to Camels because I used to smoke Camel regulars and stuff like that. And
Was that
when we
because
were, like,
Camel was
18.
cheaper?
No, it was supposed to be more natural in the filter. It didn't have the fiberglass that Marlboro's had. It was just a pure cotton filter.
Oh, okay.
So the story goes, and I don't even know if this is true, but they used to put fiberglass in the filters of Marlboros. So when you smoked them, the fiberglass would make little slits in your lung passages to
Right.
get the nicotine in more. So you become more addicted. I
Oh
kind of
my
believe
God.
it. I kind of believe it. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
So I was smoking Camels for a while, thinking I was being healthier. Like, oh, this is
Right.
better for me.
This is better for
I'm
me.
not so addicted. But yeah, I got up to about 2 pack a day.
That's
habit.
a prop, dude. What are you doing?
I went to a party.
Yeah, please. You might have to edit all that out.
Really?
I didn't think it was interesting.
That's a good one. You're all, oh, yeah, they put fiberglass there so it slices your lungs apart.
So you're at a party.
I went to a party 3 days ago, and I was on the wagon at that party, and
Wait a
there's
minute. The last party? Because the last party you went to, you drank and you told me that you had to sleep in your car. That's why you didn't get home until 3 a.m.
oh
Are you going to tell the truth about the party now?
the one before that,
Oh, okay. Because you got drunk on that one, the last
and
one.
I smoked half a pack of cigarettes.
You don't smoke cigarettes.
No, he didn't. This dude's a big old
Please
pussy. He
don't.
ain't
I
You
don't
know
even
that would be
fucking
like the
cigarette.
biggest heartache.
I don't even
We
remember.
fought your mom.
I
for
don't even
years.
remember what they tasted like.
The cigarettes.
He did
I
not
completely
smoke
forgot.
fucking
I
cigarettes,
was out of it.
dude.
Not even. Not
And
even.
you smoke cigarette. Well, you don't know how to smoke anyway.
Dude, I can remember.
I had to teach him how to smoke a joint, dude.
Just
He was
called you
okay.
a
Wait,
pussy.
we're at Landon's bachelor party,
Uh-huh.
and he brought some pre-rolls.
Did you get them from D?
Yeah.
What do they call? Shout them out.
No, we can't.
Why not?
Hey, stupid! You're fucking 19.
Okay.
You
Oh, yeah.
fucking dumbass.
You have to be 21 to smoke pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this happened 3 years ago in the future. But I caught him outside, and he was just kind of, and he had like half the pre-roll gone, and that would have been blitz time for me. But it was gone. He's like, I'm not even getting high. He was like pulling the smoke into his mouth, but he was spitting it out. He wasn't inhaling
Yeah.
it. So I had to teach him how to inhale. So I was like, son, you got to treat it like you're going underwater. You got to hold your breath, see how long you can hold the breath, swim to the other side, and then let it out when you get to the other side of the pool. And he did that once. He's like, I'm high.
The key too is I've never smoked, but I've heard is you inhale and then you take a breath of fresh air. Like you inhale, you go,
behind it.
yeah,
You can,
yeah, that and like it pushes it. It helps push it down into
Sure.
your lungs. Yeah.
if you care. I mean, weed does a really good job getting me high regardless of what I do.
Oh, I've never smoked. I'm just saying. I've heard.
You've never smoked weed?
No, never.
Oh, good for you.
Never even had an edible.
Awesome,
shit.
man. You're going to do good things with your life, dude. You're not going to live in a shithole like this.
I eat mushrooms, so that's not the same
But
thing.
I tell him, mushrooms for exploitation. I mean, you don't want to do it too recreational because it will just kind of take away from what the experience should be. I mean, they're
They're cool to microdose once in a while.
well, microdoses are different too, right? So you're not going into a full trip. You're just getting
Getting
that
the
happy
euphoria.
euphoria, yeah. But I think they should be done if you're going to do them, not too often, but like to explore. Because I mean, I think Joe Rogan kind of has the perfect explanation for this. It's like kind of just clearing your desktop, putting everything in the recycle bin, and that just being your old shit. Like you're starting with a fresh desktop after that.
Yeah, you're resetting everything.
Yeah, it really helps you kind of analyze some kind of troubling or trauma shit in your life and kind of put in a perspective that is more lighter on the soul instead of so focused and narrow and soul crushing. But I believe them as a therapeutic wholeheartedly.
You think they'll be illegal in your lifetime?
I think so. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're getting there more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Well, I
is
mean,
true.
they're technically already legal in Portland or Oregon.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, Oregon legalized every drug.
And they're starting to become more accessible. You can find them anywhere.
It's not like it was a good decision for their city because it was not. There's more drug addicts than ever, just popping tents on their streets. But they are legal up there. So I have no doubt, and they'll especially for because can't you take like mescaline trips now when you go to a psychiatrist or something?
There's
certain things that are legal
Yeah.
already, and why wouldn't they do mushrooms?
There's
It's more
certain
natural.
small things of like ketamine's like a
Ketamine,
psychedelic.
I think, is the one I was thinking about. So
Ketamine's
you can do like
legal.
a doctor visit and get a ketamine experience for
Because ketamine helps with depression. It like
And
throws
trauma.
other
Yeah.
shit off. Yeah.
Trauma?
Yeah. So people were like all fucked up. Just do ketamine.
You need some ketamine, Dad.
I do. I've had trauma. Virgins.
You just need to go on a full blown fucking hero dose.
Heroic dose.
Yeah.
Heroic dose.
Just 5 grams of fucking pure psilocybin.
the second we took our halftime break, I witnessed my dad show an entire music video to Marcos.
This is great. Oh my god.
Was it the entire?
Nah, you
Almost.
part.
I thought I'd give
2
him clips.
parts.
Little tasteful clips.
It was great to see that. Not that you got offended, but you're like, you don't know who I am.
And then I show him a video and he hears a banjo and he just starts laughing
Yeah,
uncontrollably.
there's a
I'm like,
banjo.
is he enjoying it? I don't know. Is he enjoying it for the wrong reasons?
Because we've been talking.
We've been talking about how trashy you are. Then I hear ding ding ding.
You hear the banjo?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you keep one upping yourself.
I brew my
I'm
own
in a
beer.
band. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you mean some hillbilly shit? I thought you were actually playing real music.
That's what I said. It's like I thought this was real, like real shit. And then
Why?
it's just-
Why is the drummer playing on a Home Depot bucket?
He wanted to hear the.
I'm waiting for spoons to come out.
Oh, that was the third video. You didn't let me get to it.
Fucking no fucking way. Have you ever played with spoons?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When I was a child, that's all we had. You're making fun of me. Yeah, put it to your face now. Rub that juicy part all over your face. Real smart shit. That's my boy. I'm so proud.
You raised the winner.
I won the 3-legged race at the fair.
Your
this year.
viewers are gonna be like, "This guy's so classy. How'd that come out of him?"
Hold
I
on.
don't understand.
Have you ever played a county fair?
Yeah, of course. I played the Kern County Fair.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, not in the pig pen or shit, dude. I mean, I played a stage.
So trashy. Did you guys play for 3 hours?
Yeah. Rockabilly music. And people will just like walk by and look like, oh.
They just looked at them like, of course they let the hillbillies in.
They're living that rock and roll life, aren't they?
Okay, I want to know if this is like the same as like as for us. Certain gigs, do you know that they're just gonna be hellholes?
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay? So, have you guys ever like for us like bombing? Have you guys ever bombed as a band?
Yeah.
Murray Farms.
No, that was my bluegrass band. I think we were appreciated.
Okay.
Hold on.
You could have done that on the mic. There's nothing wrong.
I'm not a
with
sick pig like this guy.
it. I know.
I don't know who raised him.
Every single mic I have has been shitted on or burped.
Classic.
It's always fun when Anthony goes to record a fart and he goes, "Oh,
Oopsie. He goes, "Can we stop? I need to go take a shit."
Yeah, no, I can't tell me how many times he's gone.
blew a
I gotta take a shit. He rips it out.
That's the fastest that boy moves.
Yeah. He burns calories running to the bathroom
my
for
God.
sure.
All
Have you
right.
ever? What's like the worst show you've ever thrown though? You
Okay,
think?
so I didn't throw
Just-
it, but we were invited
Just
to
the worst reaction.
Worst reaction. Well, I guess it would have to be the show because it was just blank faces and confusion, I guess.
What did you guys play? A rap show or something?
No, I mean, it was early on. We were 3-piece. We had a guitar player at the time instead of like a banjo and fiddle player and stuff. And we actually did a 420 show for mono and
For
Tatch.
Alex Valencia or?
Yes.
Are you
Are you
serious?
serious?
Yes.
Oh my god!
This is the beef between me and Alex.
Oh my god!
I mean, there's no beef, Alex. Come on, I'm not.
Could
I
have told you I
give
was
sh-
going to
I
be
can
a
give
bad
shits.
kid.
I know it wasn't his fault, and he was kind of
He
panicking at the time.
apologized. You accepted.
Yeah, it's all
done
fucking
beef.
water under the bridge. But
Mhm.
it was my worst. And so I used to play the Crystal Palace in a house band. We used to close for Buck Owens before he passed away.
Oh, okay.
And probably the most embarrassing moment before this was me, like back in the day when Buck was alive, there'd be van full of people from France, Japan, didn't matter, just people that knew Buck Owens and the Bakersfield sound, and that place would be 500 people, and most of them don't even speak English, right? And they just
Because it
come
was a
out.
tourist spot.
Yeah, big tourist spot when Buck was alive. And we played an epic show. It's probably one of our best when I've been with the band for almost 4 years. And the crowd just went, I think it was French people that were there. There was a lot of fanny packs, I know that. Maybe middle, not middle, Eastern, but Eastern Bloc.
Yeah.
Is that what they call the Ukraine and stuff like that in Russia?
Probably. I don't know.
Edit that out. Anyway, some foreigners.
None of this gets edited.
Yeah, and
You
they
know,
loved us. I mean, it was a great night. Everybody was dancing. The dance floor was packed and blah, blah. And they just like, we'd stop and they go, more. And we played a couple more songs and blah, blah, blah. And so we walked off stage and people were still applauding. So we went up to kind of do like an encore. Yeah, bow.
Yeah.
And I bowed and everybody was going nuts. And I turned around and I tripped over my bass and I fell flat on my face.
Fuck.
And then you hear 500 people just go, like gasp. It was the worst feeling of my life. And the biggest embarrassment. My bandmates looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And I get up, I'm like, tens. And then people started applauding and it was fine. But it was like that few seconds of that awkward gasp and stuff. It was like the worst stage faux pas.
Oh my god.
Anyway, this one, they I don't know if you know, but the Shed was throwing like big shows and they had like this really killer
The
PA
barbecue
system.
spot?
No. So there's the Red House and then there's the Shed. The Shed
that's
just
across
used to
the
be like
street.
and then
Yeah,
but
okay.
Mono from the barbecue place bought it.
Oh, okay.
So he was throwing really cool shows there and he had this PA system that was like professional level. It was almost like what you guys probably had at the Well before you guys bought it and they took half of it, but it was a
got
big
better
professional.
shit.
Yeah. So anyway, the guy that they had doing sound didn't know what he was doing, and we went on stage. People, bands, the monitor mix is the most important mix outside of the house mix, because if the musicians can't hear themselves, then it's a fucking nightmare, especially in a band like mine where we're kind of very rhythmic. We're acoustic instruments. We got to hear each other. We got to know, to keep in time, we got to hear each other. And this guy fucked up the mix. I guess it sounded okay on the outside, but all we heard was our lead singer's guitar blaring and nothing else. No vocals, no nothing. And Alex was on the side like, come on, guys, come on. And we're like, dude, we can't hear ourselves. Like, no, just keep on going. So we just start playing these songs, and it was deafening on stage. The guitar was so loud, and we kept on telling the guy, turn down the guitar. But he kept on turning down the guitar in the house. He had no knowledge of what was going on stage in the house. He was just doing the house. And so long story short, like Alex basically gave us the hook. Like we only got 4 songs in a nightmare sound situation. And we had like some of our friends there and they were just like, what the fuck? And we're just beginning. This was only like our probably 4th or 5th show. So it was humiliating, but it was a 420 show and everybody was high on top of that. They were giving away blunts at the thing. So
Jesus
of course my
Christ.
lead singer and my guitar player are like, we're gonna hang out, man. We're getting free pot. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking out of here. I can't face any of these people. And one of them cut my hair, Barry the Blade. And he was looking at
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, what was his name?
Barry the Blade. And he's like, man, that sucks, that you got your equipment, your instruments had those problems. I'm like, it wasn't our instruments, bro. We couldn't hear ourselves.
Instruments had a problem?
I mean, they don't know.
Goddamn,
they're here for the show. They don't need to know the technicalities of it. So it was just a nightmare situation. That was probably the worst.
Dude.
And I couldn't, like, somebody actually, I think, tried telling me I had a good job, but I was like in a mad dash for the door, like I couldn't hear it. Like, no, that was so horrible. That was like a nightmare situation. Alex just happened to be there, man. I mean, he was trying to throw a comedy show. Then there's this band that's flipping out on stage. I get where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
He
It's a
just
lot to handle for one guy.
and he knew people were like freaked out because we were freaked out, and he just had to like, we got to go.
It's like when we get off stage after bombing and somebody throws up a fist bump and you're like, don't fist bump me, bro.
The shame is too real at that
Imagine,
point.
I wish people could be like how they're like, oh, your instruments were just off that night. I wish someone could come up to us like, it was just off that night.
Oh my God, nobody thinks that at a comedy club.
Yeah.
Oh, you were, your jokes didn't hit tonight. No one thinks that. They go, that guy's not funny.
Yeah, it's never.
Too bad.
These jokes just didn't work. That
Well,
night.
see, that's why I can't do what you can do. I can go on stage and I can perform, and I have no problem with that. But I'm sharing the stage with generally like 3 to 4 other guys.
Uh-huh.
So I know not everybody's staring at me the whole time. Their eyes are gazing across who's singing, who's playing a solo, blah, blah, blah. I know I'm not in the spotlight, but you guys are in the spotlight. That's not something I think I can do at all.
Our zipper's got to be up the whole time.
Which
They're
I've
going
been trying
catch
to train
it.
you.
They're going to catch
Failing miserably, but I've been trying to train you. Caught him the other day.
Leaving the house with my zipper down.
I know. You don't want that tripping hazard, man.
Thank you, Dad.
tripping. Have you ever seen Nathaniel's dick?
No. But I have asked him about it.
Would you ask him? What the fuck? Hold on, I want to know why the fuck your barber's name's Barry the Blade.
It was a manly conversation, though.
It was.
Okay, it was like, all right,
It was
son.
dripping with testosterone. Well, I wanted to know how he's doing in the dick
It's
department.
called pre-cum.
I'm not gonna lie. My dad.
There's a reason why I married his mother.
Huge hog. You ain't gonna be
No,
6'4"
but-
and not have a big dick.
When you hear her brother, you know he's packing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the deep voice. Like, it's pulling down on his vocal cords. It's so heavy.
Yeah. My mom's brother goes, "Hey, Nathaniel."
Hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm fucking your sister.
At least.
I'm making babies with that. I'm making a superior race. Gotta get some Norwegian blood in my fucking white trash tractor blood.
I need to put some Norwegian in this John Deere
right.
oil.
Some Norwegian wood. It's a Beatles song reference, by the way.
Jesus Christ. Nobody of our listenership knows that.
Everybody knows the Beatles. Are you fucking kidding
But nobody
me?
knows Norwegian wood or whatever
It's
the
a beautiful
fuck.
song. Check it out. It's probably on your Spotify or your TikTok, you fucking retards.
It's like Nathaniel's sister was like my John Lennon or whatever the fuck. Who was it? Ringo? My Ringo Starr's hanging. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
What's the drummer's name in the Beatles?
Ringo Starr.
Yeah, she's got a Ringo Starr doll hanging from
that's
the
your-
roof in her.
Sorry. That's your mom's, yeah.
Yeah.
She had it hanging in her room. I used to two-finger her and all that shit.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Dad?
I love this.
I'm just trying to get...
I love this shit, dude.
I need a beer.
He's like, I might have said too much. I want to forget this.
Dude, I thought your dad was bald. He just wears that hat. I thought he was really bald.
No, he loves his hat.
Legit, I'm just like, poor guy's just bald. He's covering it up with that shitty hat.
No, he's got hair.
Yeah, he has a...
I don't wear a hat because I'm by any stretch. But
No, you got, you're what? You're almost 50, man. You got a great hairline.
It's still working for you. Did you used to wear the hat back in the day too? Like a hat like that? Not that one.
I'm wearing it. I've worn it for a while. Since
Since I was probably 5 or something.
I used to wear baseball caps all the time, like in high school and stuff
Yeah,
like
those
that.
were
but
gross on him. He didn't.
When did you pivot into this?
To this cap?
Yeah. What kind of hat
I
is
think
that?
you're
That was a big
probably-
step in your life, wasn't
Yeah, it
it?
was probably in my early 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And my Uncle Jerry used to wear hats like this, and I idolized my Uncle Jerry. And so I just bought one on a whim, I think, or somebody gave me one.
Because
I
it
can't
is
remember.
absolute. Like the only other person who wears that is Joe Rogan, and you know,
He's cool.
the guy who yells at family reunions. You know,
Oh, when was the last time you've been to a family reunion?
Oh, shit.
because of COVID, it's been a while.
Did you guys like have
No,
regular?
Well, I mean, Celeste would have things at her house. She's kind of our matriarch, I
Yeah,
guess.
her aunt.
She's the one that actually, when my family does get together,
She's the
usually
Gatsby.
orchestrating
She's
it.
the
We
Gatsby
do
of the family.
Yeah, and we do like the Christmas and the Thanksgiving sometimes. But if I was like a reunion, I can't even remember.
What's normally your guys' like family get-togethers like? Have you ever gotten into a fight at a family get-gathering?
No.
I was telling
Just screaming matches.
I've done acid at one though. Me and my cousin Ian. We went to one in Victorville, and it was like mostly like, you know, my parents, like my mom and my grandma's relatives and stuff. And we had a few hot cousins, but none fuckable. But me and my cousin Ian decided to do acid. It's probably only like the third time I did acid. I think I was 17 or something like that. He drove me out to Victorville for this thing, and I'll save you all that experience. It did make the family reunion incredible. It was amazing, especially when we started playing soccer and badminton and stuff. But we went to a 7-Eleven because we were thirsty because we were playing soccer and stuff. So hey, let's go get some Gatorade. So we go to this 7-Eleven in Victorville to go get some Gatorades. And so when I'm in there, I'm focused. I'm so out of it. Like, I don't want to even pay attention to anybody in the store. And I just beeline it right to the Gatorades, grab my Gatorades. My cousin's getting a candy bar. We start walking to the to cash out, and we're probably about three in line. We start looking around, and everybody in this 7-Eleven had a hair lip. The cashier, the customers all had the hair lip. I'm not lying, dude. It wasn't the acid. Me and my cousin just kind of looked at each other like we noticed, like, oh my God, everybody's got a hair lip in this place. And we started flipping out pretty bad.
What's a hair lip? Is that like a cleft lip?
Yeah, it's a cleft lip. They
Oh,
usually kind
wow.
of have the scar from the surgery
So
and stuff.
everyone that has a cleft lip.
And there was probably at least 8 people in the 7-Eleven, including the cashier, that had a hair lip. And I know it was real because me and my cousin like recognized it at the
Where'd
same
you live
time.
again?
We're at a family reunion in Victorville.
Oh, maybe they just burnt their lips on a crack pipe or something like that.
That could have been it too. But it appeared that they all did.
Yeah.
I mean, my cousin even talked about just running out the door, just dropping our shit out the door. For some reason, the situation just made us uneasy. Like, this never happens
You're
in
scared
life.
you're going
Like,
to get to the counter
we just
and the
got struck
cashier.
by lightning twice or 8 times.
You were scared you might get to the counter and the lady would go, "Give me your lip."
The problem was
You want those Gatorades.
we went back to the reunion. We tried telling some of our cousins about it, and they just,
didn't believe you.
oh, they thought we were crazy.
Oh, wow.
And it was a real thing. We both saw without even communicating.
That
Like,
is crazy.
What the fuck?
What else could have been so awesome? What if you just walked in, there were like 6 Down syndrome people, or
that would have been just as interesting. It wouldn't have mattered.
That is so cool.
Yeah, 8 of anything.
I think that might have
Something
been
as specific as a hair lip, which is, I don't know what this,
Mhm.
you know,
That might have been
calculation
Jesus
is on
playing
that,
a
the
joke on
percentage
you.
of the world, but
Oh, you got pranked that day. I think you were
was-
on a show that day.
that was before Punked and everything. Dude.
Tell Marcos about Acid Fridays. I used to have a bit
We
about
called
it.
them Fridays.
Oh,
It's the only way you get through it.
We would fry on Fridays. Did I tell you that?
yeah. You tell me a little bit. You told me.
Well, that was my senior year, like towards the end.
I can barely remember, but I think you told me about this story where this guy left a ton of acid in his pocket and it
Yes.
dissolved.
Yeah, and that was after we graduated, and he went deep. He was living with his brother at the time that was selling mushrooms and acid and stuff, and for some reason he put a sheet of it in his pocket. And usually it comes in like tinfoil or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had the tinfoil, but he forgot about it, went about his day, and worked out of its tinfoil, and it's in the middle of the heat in Bakersfield and stuff, and he just went on a trip that lasted like almost 2 months. And my buddy Ryan got a hold of him.
Because it seeped into
Yeah.
his pores.
Yeah. And he was not right. My buddy Ryan got a hold of him, and he called all of us. He's like, dude, hey, this guy's, dude, I don't know what to do with him. Like, his mom lived out of town. Like, he had no family in Bakersfield, and we didn't know if we should put him in rehab or send him to his mom. But he was like, no, I can't see my mother. You know, he was just like insistent that we
He
didn't
was
do
just
that.
gone.
So we gave him to like a teen challenge, like a rehab place, and his mom finally came and got him. But like I said, it like we were flipped out as 18-year-old kids. We didn't know what to do with them.
Oh yeah.
and
Did he have like a job or anything like that?
I don't know.
Because you
I don't know,
lose.
Nathaniel. You fucking doing acid. I don't think you have a job.
No, I think they just sold drugs, and that's how they made
Yeah.
money.
Because
Him
you
and his-
lose
him
your
and- him and
job
his
if you're
brother.
out for 2 months.
But I had a buddy, and I mean, this is a long time ago, too. This is like 15, 20 years ago, but that finally saw him because I asked about him, and he's like, no, he's fine, dude. He's got 3 kids now. He like eventually snapped out of it. His mom came and got him, and,
wow.
until he just kind of settled down. But it took forever.
Dude, I get freaked out when I'm on mushrooms for 6 hours. I'm like, this is never gonna end. But dude, 2 months.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And I don't know how much acid, how many tabs he had or anything in his
And it's
pocket,
not even
but-
like weed; it's acid. So you're
but I know it
conscious
was
that
like
you're
a sheet
still
like he was selling, and he just
Acid lasts about almost like this is the longest lasting trip.
right. But when you're weed, it's almost like you're relaxing. You're not even thinking about the high. But I imagine on mushroom and acid, they're thinking drugs, right? So you're
Yeah.
conscious and you're thinking about how you're still high for 2
yeah.
months. So that must drive you insane. That's got to be
I wish
absolutely
I could
crazy.
describe how he acted too, because it was just so.
This is so peculiar.
Yeah.
Well, you remember when I did
So
fucking
disconnected.
mushrooms when we watched Nope.
Oh my
and I
god.
couldn't look at
Or
colors.
did you
I
watch
was
the
just-
Notebook with him? Did you guys cry together?
No. He's saying nope.
Nope.
Oh, Nope. Oh.
The movie.
I was
Nope.
his caretaker almost, and me and Anthony were driving him home from the movie theater, and
called my girlfriend.
yeah, he
I
was
was
outside the
freaking
movie
out.
theater, and he had to leave the movie because it got too crazy, and it is a crazy movie.
Towards the end.
me and Anthony watched the rest. And we came out and we're like, "How are you, Marcos?" And he goes, "I just think that the colors and when they come together, I mean, it's just black and white." And we're like, "Okay, hop in the car, buddy."
Fucked out of my
And
mind,
then
dude.
we take him home. We're driving him back to his apartment, and he goes, it's just black and white. And we're like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I gotta call Bianca and tell her." And I'm like, "Wait, no, don't call your girlfriend." He goes, "Beep, beep, beep, beep." Bianca,
He
come
said,
over.
"Don't call her and tell her I already hit call on my phone." The phone's already to my ears. Like, don't
We're
call
like,
her.
we literally said, "Marcos, are you gonna call her?" And he goes, "No." And then you hear, "Hey."
So when she left you, did she say, "I just need my space," or we're 2 different people?
So I went.
Luckily, I got smart. If I'm talking to somebody, I always tell them, like, "Hey, I just did this." And like,
Yeah,
if I do some
so
weird shit, mind your business.
She came over to his apartment, and I sat there, and I whispered to her. I said, "He's out of it, just occupy him for about 2 minutes, and then get the fuck out of here," is what I told her. And then he goes up there, and he's saying you couldn't remember anything he was saying. He's just saying crazy shit, and she's just going, "Yeah, mm-hmm,
Here's what it was.
yeah."
Is because in the movie Nope, the you look at the alien in the sky and you disappear. That's how you get abducted. My thought was like the whole time was like it's black up there, so you have to avoid looking at black. It's like if you look at white, you're safe, and that's because white is the furthest thing from black. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Because in the movie, you get killed if you look at the ship.
And you get killed even when you look at him through the reflection. So because there's a part where that dude had that.
So you
fucking
got scared
chromed out-
looking at the
dude
sky.
Had the dude had a chromed out helmet.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, fuck this thing. The thing
Everyone's
had
like, "God, a chrome helmet."
dude had a chromed out helmet with one little peephole, and that was it. And he looked up at the sky, and the dude who was holding him, looking at him, saw the reflection through the helmet, and he almost got abducted. So he just walked away, but the guy looked
The
at him.
point
and
is,
got
you
abducted.
can't look at the ship.
Well, the
or you
point
die.
is, I think it goes deeper.
The point is, you can't look at black.
Right.
And that's what it was like. You look at white and you're completely safe. You don't look at it, you're completely safe. So I was like, you look at colors.
So he was
and that
thinking
keeps
he was
you
thinking
away.
black and white the whole night, and eventually Bianca goes, "All right, I'm gonna go home," and he goes, "That's all right. I just wanted to make eye contact with you."
Yeah, that was the thing too. It was like if we make eye contact, so it was like the 3 of us here. It's like I look
then
into
we'll
your
be
eyes.
safe. Then we'll be
I look
safe
into your
'cause we're not
eyes.
looking at the
yeah.
alien.
Yeah, because we're not looking at the alien. Because I look into your eyes and you look into his eyes. We can see the alien, but we're not really looking at it because we're looking at the reflections of each other's eyes.
I get
Dude, I was
I
so
get it.
fucking high. I'm so glad I remember all this shit.
I get it.
And then
I still have one question though.
What?
Who touched you? I think it was a deeper psychosis that you're kind of
Dude, and then Nathaniel put
playing
this-
out through a movie.
And so I had this
Oh, he had
video
this
that I made my
dope
junior
YouTube
year that
video.
it just has visuals for 45 minutes
Dope.
and
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, you pulled it out the bachelor party, no?
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
That's a
so
lot of Rick and
good.
Morty.
Crazy. It got some Rick and Morty visuals in there, and I played it for him. And at first, it's dark. and then it gets brighter, and then in the dark part he goes, I'm gonna have a bad trip, and I go, no, you're okay, Marcos. And then the video plays, and he sits there, doesn't say a word for at least 45 minutes, just staring at it, and then he turns to me and he goes, there's a flying saucer in it. And I go, yeah. And he goes, you made the movie Nope. And I go, no, Marcos. And he goes, you made the movie Nope? This is crazy. How many people know that you made the movie Nope? And I'm like, Marcos, nobody knows. Don't tell anybody.
Let me explain.
No, please don't explain, dude. I heard the first time you explained it was awful, dude.
I fear that
Just
if you
drop
explain it will take away the spice of the story.
Yeah, because you're gonna try to be reasonable about it. He called me the next morning and he was sober, and he said, hey man, did you just show me the movie Nope but in color? And I said, dude, the movie Nope is in color. What are you talking about? Dude, he was gone the next morning, man.
Dude, that was a good trip though. I had a fun on that one.
I was such a great caretaker, I think.
That makes me want to go to the movies and do mushrooms. Dude, going to the movies and doing mushrooms is so fun.
We did it. I've done acid and mushrooms and saw the Pink Floyd exhibit at the planetarium in San Francisco, where they had the laser light show, like on the ceiling, dude, and played like the whole album.
I wish they did that shit still.
Stupid.
Oh, it's so fun.
That is insane to me.
I listened to that album on mushrooms. That shit was like very good.
Yeah, I bet.
I was dating a black girl back then.
You dated him?
Yeah, I had a sweaty ass.
She did or you did?
Yeah. No, she did.
Oh. She made your ass
He
sweaty?
also did.
That's crazy,
It was
Dad.
incredibly sweaty. I couldn't understand why.
Oh, dude, so
San
good.
Francisco was being hot.
Like every day she had a sweaty ass.
I had sweaty feet. I mean, I wasn't judging, but the ass is a weird place to have it, you know?
But
Yeah.
every day she had a sweaty ass.
Yeah. That's why I broke up with her. She sat on my lap once and left a big old ring. She had a great ass. I like grabbing it, but I was like, my hand's wet.
Yo, Dad, just put this in the marsh? What the fuck is this?
She's beautiful. She's a nice gal. Sweaty ass.
That butt always hitting its dew point somehow.
That ass had a humidity of 100%.
I couldn't defrost it. It was just-
Wait, so when you would smash, would it also just be wet all the time on you?
No, never smashed her.
You never smashed?
No, we dated for like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
It was my freshman year in high school. It's great.
Wait,
time.
how did you end up in San Francisco?
My mom and dad divorced when I was 7, and she made kind of like a slow migration up north. Every year I was in a different school. And actually, and I bless her for it, because I met my best friend and my wife through that migration, because I met Jason when I lived in Union City, and then I met his mother when I lived in Hollister. And South San Francisco is basically where we ended. And I went, so Daly City was 8th grade. So yeah, freshman and sophomore year
Dude, you live
in
with
San
all the
Francisco.
Filipinos?
A lot of Filipinos.
Love that shit.
Dated
dude.
a lot of Filipino women. I lost my virginity to a Filipino woman, Christina.
Dude, name
She was
better
amazing.
fucking women, dude.
Big bushes.
You guys,
You know what?
There's
Long nipples.
no better women than
Super
Filipinos.
long.
you can't talk
nipples.
about Filipinos and go long.
Edit that out.
Dude, there's-
Don't get me in trouble. But they were
Hey, dude,
glorious.
they're not gonna book them
They were
at Temple
glorious.
anymore. They're not gonna book them at the county fair anymore. Edit it
Yeah.
out.
He's in love with the Rudy chick from Bad Neighbor.
Bad Friends.
Bad Friends.
We don't have a Rudy.
You remember Bad Friends? Do you ever watch it?
Podcast.
Bad friends.
Bobby Lee and Andrew
Forget
Santino.
it.
Oh, yeah. So I've
And they
heard it a
have-
couple times, but there's a gal in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
This chick named Rudy.
Filipino gal.
I used to date a Filipino chick. This is just
I've
a
dated
coincidence.
Really? I went to prom with one.
That's true.
Dude, the best.
Actually, she wasn't
incredible.
Filipino. It's just
Tell me they're the best, dude.
She was Hawaiian or something. I don't know.
Hawaiian chicks are cool too. I dated a Hawaiian chick. She's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was bipolar though.
What's your body count, Marcos?
I think I did it the other day. I think I'm like a little bit at like 10 to 12 or some shit.
Wow.
I'm very low.
Well, this is your years. You know that makes sense. I guess.
I'm all right.
That's gonna slow down.
I'm
you know.
winding down.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Are you winding down?
Yeah.
So my body count hasn't changed since 1994.
Basically.
Since
So me and your mom are celebrating 20 years in October.
Yeah.
but we were together for 5.5 before we got married.
It's 25 years.
And then we dated a little bit in high school, but only for like a year or two. And then we had like a 4 or 5 year break, and then we got back together.
Dang.
So his body count's about 6.
Gross.
It's a little under 20.
That's
I
so
can't be
much,
precise.
Wait,
I
what-
worked at a bar called the Underground in Bakersfield. It used to be the Cellar, which was a gay bar, and then
It's Tiki Co now.
is it
I think so. It's in downtown.
in basement?
Yeah, it's Tiki Co now.
So they call it the Underground. It was a great bar for music too,
Or
because
is it
actually,
or is it Jerry's Pizza? No, Jerry's Pizza was there before, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah, but it's underground like jazz music.
No, it's literally
you walk into a
underground. I
basement.
think it's Tiki
a bar
Co.
in a
Yeah, but
basement.
what else do you play in basements besides jazz music?
Well, I think it was a jazz place after the Underground,
Right
Somebody
next to
tried
Woolworth?
before it went back to a gay bar. Yeah, like
Yep.
behind it.
Yep, that's Tiki Co.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I was a bartender there
Mm-hmm. And then you were like, I'm trying
I went
to
home
find a good analogy.
with a lot of gals.
Oh wow! So you were just pulling girls at the bar.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm working
Wow.
at the terrible bar.
Dang, dude. Well, you're a dishwasher. Don't
Dude, they
even
had
start
great
with
music
that.
there. You ever hear of the band Goldfinger?
No.
It's like a ska band.
Mm-mm.
They played there before they got real big in the 90s.
yeah.
And then
No.
and then you ever heard of Cypress Hill?
Yeah,
So you know the guy that's kind of the hype guy, insane in the brain.
yeah.
He's
Be
kind
real.
of the
You know
shorter
who
stock
Be
guy.
Real is? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well, he had his own hardcore band, and they debuted
Yeah,
there.
yeah. He's like a Mexican guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh man, they were incredible. I mean, we just had the best entertainment in Bakersfield at the time at that bar. That was so I wanted to be a part of it, and that's why I became a bartender.
No
there. I had a
shit.
day job. I was working a day job and working there at night. I was working Time Warner Cable.
Dang, then your game must have been really good.
No, I just got him drunk.
He's
I was the bartender.
Yeah. He's all. They just lost their credit cards a lot.
Yeah. they were there after I was done cleaning up, so it was.
I was the ride home.
They're like, I guess you're our last option, guy.
They're all that fucking hat.
Just
is
buy
the
me
word.
pancakes in the morning.
You're the plan B for every girl at the bar.
Hey, she's all. Oh my god, you brought me Denny's. He's like, no, these are just my kitchen plates.
But the bartenders or the owners were cool because they just let me drink, and I used to get these Taco Bell plastic cups and fill them up with Long Island iced teas. Just get blasted. And the biggest I ever got in trouble from those guys, and probably the only time I got in trouble with those guys, is actually when the Cypress Hill guy was playing. Dude, I mean the place was electric. Everybody was
Hardcore's
just jumping
so
around.
good.
Yeah.
It was just, and I just took the 151 bottle and I fucking slung it across the whole bar and lit it on fire. And people loved it, dude. They went
Only
nuts
thing
for
you
it.
got in trouble for.
And then they're like, dude, you know how expensive that fucking liquor is? You just poured half a bottle across our fucking bar. Like, do you want to pay us $100 in profit we just lost from your stunt? And he's like, but everybody's cheering. It was cool. Like, dude, we will fire you. You fucking
Dude, that's how you
asshole.
light people on fire.
No, nobody got lit
it
on
burns
fire.
out quick. It
Yeah.
goes like that.
Oh.
You just. Oh, I thought you broke it and then.
No.
You just
I had
poured
the
it.
pourers on it. Yeah, and I just
It just.
went across the whole bar and lit it. Like everybody
Oh,
saw me
shit,
do
that's
it.
so
I was like,
cool.
Fuck yeah.
Did you used to see a lot of hardcore shows there?
It was mostly alternative.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a few hardcore shows that went through there.
So
Like,
did
there's
you
a few
ever
shows where
did
you-
you ever see Terror play there?
No.
No. Fuck.
Are those shows like
Did Terry used to play there at the Underground?
I think so.
Or are you thinking of Bam Bams, which is right down the street? Because
It
that's
might be
where
Bam
Cradle of
Bams.
Thorns and Korn kind of started out.
It might be Bam Bam.
Or actually, Korn.
You know
may
who
have
Terror
moved.
is? Terror Hardcore.
Never heard of it.
They're like an old OG LA band.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't say that I was into a lot of hardcore. I liked Bad Brains, MDC, DRI, all the old school shit, but I didn't really pay attention to the newer stuff.
Dude,
But
that's
his band
crazy.
was cool.
Did you,
It was like almost like Ice-T's Body Count. That's how
Oh, no
amazing
shit.
it was. Yeah, it was really cool.
are those is that kind of bar where like girls can go in without shirts and hang out, or
Like naked?
yeah?
Well, I know one of the owners was dating a stripper or a retired stripper. I don't know.
Allegedly.
And she would take her top off quite often, actually, at the end of the night.
Well, that's cool.
It was pretty amazing.
My God.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone into any dungeons?
Yeah.
Dungeons.
So there's a story. So when I was training for
The
my job, which
finale.
will remain nameless,
This is the finale.
I was training, and I had a train in San Francisco, and those were my old stomping grounds, right? So when I went up with some of these guys that I was making friends with in the training when I first got my job, I wanted to impress them, like, hey, I'm from the Bay Area, I kind of grew up here, and I can take you guys on the town and all that shit. So I took them to some amazing spots the first couple of days, and our training was in near Oakland. And so we had to go across the Bay Bridge. Sometimes we'd BART, sometimes we'd drive, and I was showing them an amazing time. But then one of the guys at lunch was like kind of flipping through this magazine and saw that there was this bar off of Broadway, which were most of the strip clubs and stuff was a bar that kind of changed themes every night. Like they'd have a country night and a bondage night and a disco night. And I mean, they just, every day of the week, it was like a different theme. And on Wednesdays, it was bondage night. So I had this buddy that just retired. And he's like, I want to go to the bondage night. And we're like, why, dude? I mean, that seems like such like a strip club. It's almost kind of like a prick tease kind of thing.
Bondage
like,
night
no,
sounds pretty
I
hot
bet you it's
right
dope.
now.
Let's go fucking check it out. So we were driving into town. We decided to take my buddy's minivan that he had like 4 of his kids in, when he was at home. And we're taking this minivan into San Francisco, and we can't find parking, man. We drove around the joint probably 4 or 5 times, couldn't find parking. Finally, we've kind of flipped around the block, and there's a parking spot. So we get excited, like, hey, take that parking place. So my buddy pulls up, and he goes to back in, and then he's kind of, as he's backing in, he sees 2 guys with assless chaps, like the whole kind of walk out of a bar, kind of holding hands and making out. He's like, fuck this, man. Let's get out of here. I'm like, no, this is the only parking, bro. We got to stay here. Well, this bar didn't open up till 9, and we showed up like around 7 or 8. So we're like, well, let's get something to eat before we go to the bar. And so there's a Pizza Love, which was like 2 doors down from this gay bar, right?
God.
And so we go to Pizza Love, and we didn't know, but there's a lot of like gay homeless teens there. I didn't really notice at the time. We were kind of eating pizza, and one of them came up, and he was wearing like a ripped off like Thrasher shirt, and he saw that I had like a skateboard hat on. So he's coming back, and he's kind of rubbing his tummy. He goes, "Want to play some pool?" And then my 2 buddies that I'm with are looking at me like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "No, I'm cool, dude. I'm just kind of with buddies right now and chilling and eating stuff. I'll pay. Come play some pool. You skate? I skate." That's pretty cool. Come play some pool, Just kind of digging in, and I was like kind of freaked out because I've never like kind of.
Is that him playing with his belly button labia?
Yes, he was just kind of stroking his midsection because he had like this half like ripped shirt that said Thrasher on it. He was just kind of stroking his belly. He was a handsome, devil, but
You can make a lot of money with that shirt now.
right. And and so he starts looking at my 2 friends, and he goes, "Are you guys a couple?" And they're like, "Yes, we are a couple. We are absolutely smoking for." He's like, "All right, well, I'll let you eat, but if you get bored, come play some pool." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll go play some pool, after I'm done eating here." So we scarfed down the pizza that we had. We just fled out the door. Anyway, we go to the bondage place. If you're in bondage, it's free. But if you're just plain clothed and look like you're from Bakersfield, it's $20.
You had a Bakersfield sound tee on.
We had the whole Tractor Supply outfit on. And so we had to pay like $20 to get in. And then when you first go into the first bar, it's a very long, skinny bar, but it's real long.
It's kind of my favorite.
The first bar, the first area had bikers sitting down drinking. They had patches, and I forget what the patches were, but they're like, hey, just move on, just keep on going down. After you pass the bikers, there was sexual acts going on each wall, roped off by like red velvet ropes and stuff. And one lady was like pinned, like, strapped to the wall, spread eagle, and some guy had some like electrical device and was like hitting her private parts with it, like zip, zip, zip. And she was like, "Ah." So we're like, "Oh my God, this is intense, dude." So let's keep on going. So we go to the next bar.
That's just the opening act.
We go to the next bar, and there's more of that, but then more of kind of like just a social bar. And then the next part was like a discotheque. And we walked into that place, and it was like flashing lights. Everybody was naked. Half of them were in cages or up on levels or whatever like that. And there was kind of a small, narrow dance floor and a bar at the very end. So I'm not a dancer. My buddy, we'll just call him Joe, wasn't a dancer. So we go to the back bar, but our buddy, we'll call him Oscar, says, "I'm a dancer. So I'm gonna hang out and I'm gonna dance." We're like, "Cool." So we're just gonna go have a drink. So me and oh shit. What was his name again? Joe. We're just bullshitting, and then we're like, man, Oscar's been gone for a long time. What's going on? So we look at the dance floor, and he's just like, he's looking down, and nobody's really dancing with anybody. It's just kind of like that techno vibe. Everybody just
You're doing your own thing.
And he's kind of looking down, but he sees a skirt and some high heels, so he just starts dancing with that. Just he just doesn't even fucking look up. And then me and Randy are looking at him like, that is a 6'4" transvestite. He's dancing. It was like stubble, but a long, beautiful blonde wig and stuff, makeup and everything, but definitely a male.
Oh shit!
And we're like, oh my god, when he looks up, what's gonna happen? So me and my buddy were enthralled. We're like ordering another shot. Like we got to see how this plays out. And it probably went on like,
watching.
Yeah, it probably went on for like 10 or 15 more minutes. And he finally looked up and he kind of paused. Fuck it. Dude, that guy was a king the rest of our training, dude. Like, we're like, yeah!
Bye.
We're about to cause a ruckus with the community.
I got beat up by a special ed.
Hold on, bitch.
Hey, tell me if this counts as bullying.
Even like in a silly goose time.
I'm pretty cool, I think. He calls me Zaddy.
Welcome to the Bad Neighbor Podcast.
They overtook me down in Juarez, Mexico.